Welcome back to Jaded Joy Stories. I'm your host, Brutus, and today we're embarking on another exciting journey through the world of Reddit. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Let's get started. HOA president just did the dumbest thing imaginable. From user, insurance throwaway 123. So a little backstory, I own a bunch of rentals in a bunch of communities. I'm no stranger to HOAs and legal battles. I have a company attorney on retainer. I just moved into a community and finally bought myself a house I plan to stay in for a while. A month after closing, construction starts, permits are pulled so all the work is legal and I am following all the CCRs etc. Karen recently got elected to the board and in her own words, quote, "The war is on." This war started when I requested the following. HOA financial documents, 2 months and they have not been produced. A temporary reasonable accommodation after a major surgery and I was told to go pound sand. Her husband changing his oil in the parking lot, got it on video on my security cam. So far I've received 4 violation notices. Speeding in the parking lot. Political sign, opponent to her political sign in her front yard. Also a violation of peaceful enjoyment, construction noise. And finally harassing the HOA, this one was a cease and desist. Destruction of community property for washing my car with hose. So my attorney goes to work on the upcoming fight. My attorney BCCs me on all emails to the association and the management company. I wish I was making this up. Karen is so stupid she replied all on an email meant for just the property manager. A few of her quotes from those emails. "I'm going to keep giving him fines and make his life hell. He is a nightmare and a punk kid with too much money. We are going to drown him in lawyers' fees and send him the bill until he finally submits to me. This is now personal. I'm on a mission to show that punk kid with his parents' money that I'm the damned president and he will do as I say." My lawyer called me 6 times at 10:30 last night and said, "Holy crap, check your email." 9 a.m. my attorney sent a cease and desist to the entire board and included a copy of the email. Mine and his phone have been blowing up nonstop from the 4 other board members and their attorney trying to just talk. This woman may be the stupidest person on earth. I honestly cannot wait to see the fallout from this. Wow, I can't believe the HOA president did that. We also have some of OPs from the original post. He says, "I don't want to sue the association or get paid. I just want the board to make decisions that have good positive impacts on the community and raise my property value. Suing the board honestly does nothing. The insurance company pays or it comes from reserve funds. Nothing happens to them personally because they are indemnified. I have only sued when I really have to. Last year I won an ADA judgment against another property where I have a disabled tenant. I wound up giving the tenant half and donated a dog park to the community under the condition the current administration resigns. My attorney is trying to figure out a way to get around her indemnity as a board member and go after her personally. Personally, HOA board members should be required to have licensure through the state similar to realtors. And a state oversight committee. It's insane that things need to be resolved in court with enormously expensive lawyers. This is a crazy story. We know from the emails this is personal, right? What would you do if you were in this situation? And now we have an update from OP after the first post. Let's get to that now. I'm going to sum this up and give as much detail as I can. My phone, Facebook, LinkedIn, and all my social media stopped getting blown up by the other board members after the attorney made it clear to them to leave me alone. It's becoming harassment. Of course, COVID-19 courts are closed. The attorney sent them letters stating what his hourly rate was and they would be receiving a bill if it didn't stop, and that seemed to work. Last night, my attorney called and asked if I'd be willing to hop on a Zoom call with the entire board, Karen included, and the association's attorney. My attorney came to my house and we hopped on the call together. Their lawyer started off aggressively stating my harassment of the board would not be tolerated, etc. My guess would be to intimidate us. My attorney shared the screen with the email open and they went silent. We assumed Karen told the rest of the board what happened, but apparently she didn't give all the details, just that there was an email exchange and apparently I was being aggressive. My attorney and I aren't quite sure what they were all thinking, but once they all read the email, silence. And Karen immediately hopped off the Zoom call. The VP asked if we could take a recess and call us right back. In a few minutes. 10 minutes later, the attorney gets an email with Karen's immediate resignation. We all hop back on the call, less Karen. The other 4 board members could not stop apologizing and kept asking the attorney why they were not informed of the full scope of the situation. He quickly hopped off the call, and we assume he won't be representing the association anymore. The other 4 members said they would need to confer with the council moving forward, but they will make this right. For right now, they told me I can leave my political signs up, but to just ignore Karen until they can figure out what to do. Unfortunately, in my area, there is something to do with homesteading, and your house is protected against litigation. But my attorney did draft up a demand letter to Karen personally for damages. Because the courts are closed, we can't serve her until the stay-in-place order is lifted and the courts reopen. But it was made clear Karen is to have zero contact with me, my family, property, etc. We are not waiting until the remaining board hires new representation next week, and we expect some sort of settlement request. Nothing super exciting, but she was fired immediately. They are going to also start searching for a new property management next week. But I'll update when we hear something. Side note, I was walking my dog this AM. Karen was outside and walked right up to me and started petting my dog like nothing happened. I have 300 cameras in front of my house that caught the entire thing. I asked her 3 times to back away and to stop. I put him back inside. Poor guy only got a 2 minutes walk. We called the police, who made it clear to her if they have to come out again, she will be going to jail. In short, she isn't indemnified by the HOA and is no longer on the board. This is going to cost her and the HOA major bucks. We did make it clear we don't want any of the community's money because it will only hurt the other homeowners. Karen is royally screwed. Seems like OP has everything well in hand. What do y'all think? Well, that concludes another journey through Reddit. If you enjoyed today's story, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to JadedJoyStories so you never miss out on the next adventure. And hey, if you've got your own story to share, feel free to drop a comment below. You never know, you might hear your story read one day. This is Brutus. See y'all next time.